going on, guys? Figure you guys need a little bit of show. Oh, show and tell. Oh man, how are you guys doing tonight? Chillin's blowing load somewhere. Yeah, what's going on, Ty? What's going on, Deb? What's going on, Chuck? What's going on, Paris? What's going on, Devin? And did I miss anybody else? They have popped in while I was giving my Michael a little bit of a Michael show. Yeah, I got that 2018 James Jude Courtney Michael Myers cut. Gotta look the part. Now I just need to get the contact lens and do the prosthetic for the dead eye. I had the rubber one, as you guys seen, but I'm probably not going to use that. I just use that. I pulled off the lashes off of that, and now I use that as a display with the 2018 lens. Yeah, I'm wondering where Ghostface has been. But I'm ready. Thank you, Digital. Well, I mean, I did thank you for it. I just wanted to read that again. Which, I realized that once I got the haircut, that definitely fit very well. But just because I'm dressed for Halloween does not mean enrollments for Camp Juicy has shut down. We have now the all-new Woodsboro edition, as well as finally in Illinois opening up the Haddonfield edition. So again, please send the juiciest of the juicy. I mean gushing at the slightest, sharpest edge. I mean, obviously, they have nothing to worry about sharp-wise. A graduate of Camp Juicy. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I am glad that you have taken the initiative and have joined Camp Juicy. So you missed the latest Halloween movie. How was it? I felt like it was really good. AG Dark is the next Twitch star. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Twitch star, YouTube star, I'm everywhere. I'm like this guy. Pretty much everywhere for the next couple of years. Until I can pull the hockey mask off of the wall and say the same thing about him. Isn't that right, Ghost Abbott? See? One thing that Camp Juicy does not improve on is listening skills. Definitely a product of that. Why is the mask on my hand? Yes, I can put it on the head. The mask does go on the head, right?
No, it goes on your leg.
It goes on my leg? Well, shit, we're living dangerously. Am I pretty yet? Still water. You don't know what Camp Juicy is? Be sure to check out my last Friday the 13th commentary stream. That whole first hour will tell you what Camp Juicy is. The only thing I can tell you is that it is a great place to send the juiciest of the juicy counselors and kids, provided they're of up in age. So what do? I normally will do sometimes gameplay. However, the last couple of weeks I have been doing commentaries. Scream 2, I will be doing the commentary for that tonight. The way that will work is it requires you to have a copy of the movie. Once I give the countdown and say play, you hit play, I hit play, we watch the movie together, and we enjoy this guy together. Now I do other things on my YouTube channel, which is essentially where the majority of my content goes. I just live stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So feel free to give me a follow. Feel free to subscribe over there and join in all of the juiciness. Breakfast burrito. Not a bad choice. that scares me. Then it's doing its job. I'm trying to do the Michael Myers laugh. He doesn't laugh, so I'm trying to give him some character here. So. So we will begin soon.
I have to fear corn. But I like corn.
So how many of you guys have your Scream 2 copies up and running? You don't have a copy of Scream 2 up and running. No? Are you going to be running around? You know they can't see any of that, right? What was that? I'm scared. yeah, tonight's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm here.
And then, of course, you guys ever get bored? We got a little game for you to play. It's not exactly a Rubik's Cube, but if you solve it, you do get some new friends.
Yeah, I'm using super speed. Oh, it's so fast.
Alright, let me cut off that intro music. So that way we can get up and running. Yeah, no roughing. None.
You should have told me that.
None.
I totally forgot about wrestling.
So you're not ready, Duff? Do you actually have the movie? Or are you just not ready? Be careful with that thing. Might summon demons. But they my friends. Wonder if like you could play with them like this, like nope. 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 Give Pinhead the biggest blue balls ever.
I want to try it.
Here. Go play it in the corner.
No. You have to go stuff. I did it!
Yeah, Paris, we'll be doing the share before the movie.
It's so pretty.
Which, especially to you guys on Twitch watching, if you guys do any cosplay, artwork, or anything like that of the horror genre, or even just anything that you want to share on the stream, feel free to either join the Discord or hop on my Facebook page. I should have links for all of those. Or if not, get me on Instagram. Anything that you guys want to share, tag me in something, let me know, and I will share it in the stream for you. So, feel free to post your artwork anywhere you want.
Just like me.
Ghost Abby can't look at it.
Why?
She has no eye for art at all.
I love art.
You might love it.
I get A's in art all the time.
Well, I guess. Alright, so let us begin. I want to get myself... Hey, there's Ghostface.
Yay!
How are you doing? And Shadow. What's going on, Shadow? How are you doing?
Bye.
Ghost Abby made art herself.
What?
Ghostface, I got all dressed up and everything. This is the right mask, right? I mean, it's white, isn't it? I mean, I have this one too.
Yeah, I mean, art.
Maybe something like that. Is that what we're doing? You had to take a call. You know what I mean. Understandable. People be calling and shit.
I'm surprised he's not on
But alright, let's jump over here. I think this is my Normal. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh. I just realized something.
Hello, friend.
Hey, up my spot.
But I like it. You sit there.
Yeah.
You sit in the ghost
Yeah.
spot.
Come on.
Bye-bye, friend.
Put you back out in the backyard.
What?
There we go.
I don't have a house back here.
Well, we got a leash for you.
No. Are you serious? We're back to naming gross combinations of pizza to make me mad.
Don't encourage her, Death. She needs no encouragement.
I do need encouragement.
You needs encouragement.
Yay! I own the channel again.
No.
Yes.
No, own the channel.
Yes.
Alright. Now.
This is me.
Alright, so Paris did send this yesterday. And I just didn't see it in my inbox. So I'm going to share it. It's a little bit of, well, not a little bit, but more of his Ash cosplay. Which I was supposed to share along with the pictures, but just did not see the video. So I'm going to pull that up for you guys. After we share that, we'll jump right into the movie. So that should give everyone watching from Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, everybody to actually get your movie set up for us to watch Scream 2.
Me. It's to watch me.
Oh, you actually got a... Okay, I see what you did with that. Got a little image with you as well. Okay, I see.
Hi, how about you take off the pickle? Then that'll be good.
Where are you? There you go. Come on, there you go, Google Chrome. Now you're doing it. Now you're playing.
I don't know. I just don't fear it.
All right. So first, let me share the picture. Wait a minute. Why aren't you working for me, Google? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. So there we got Paris in his Ash versus the Evil Dead cosplay. Facing off against some Deadites. We even got the Delta in the back. That's very nice.
I approve.
Ghost Abby approves. Are you still playing with the box? You haven't solved it yet.
I did.
You don't even have the sides matching. Oh my gosh. Go to Cinnabite School 101. You don't need Camp Juicy. Alright. Let's get over to Paris.
Well, Night's the final reveal of everything.
Let's bring
Years
that
and years
up.
after work, this is what I've come up with. I can't show everything because this
I
camera
can actually
sucks,
hear some shit.
but, you know, this is what I have. Actually, I might be able to show you guys everything, but I will need some time to work with the camera. Don't mind me, just trying to
You're
take
getting on my
care of something.
nerves.
There we go. Alrighty, we got Joshua in. Speak on things that are not in. This boomstick, and it's taken a while to fuss around with. Whatever. I'll take care of that later. So yeah, guys, this is basically everything. The harness, the shirt, the boomstick, just everything put together to make one Ruby cosplay. Try the blade off here. Got the entire power glove here. Got the chainsaw on top of it. Got the harness, the kelly belt, boomstick. You got everything that Ash cosplay needs.
Yeah, you got that like pretty much working extremely well.
I even got the pram pants. Let me see if I can't.
Hey, what's going on, little hand? Glad you could make it.
There you can kind of see the pants with the belt.
Those pants look super
comfortable
comfortable though.
Boots inside the pants, but you guys can't really see that because my floor is a bit messy, and I don't really want to show off my floor when it's messy like that. So yeah, here's everything. Well, almost everything. I did paint up the shotgun reloader when I put that. Put the here. You guys can see the shotgun reloader. It's nice and painted up. The other bullet is drying right now, and I still need to add some doohickeys on here to clip it to my belt. Okay. But this is pretty much everything, guys. The entire Ash cosplay. And later tonight, when it's not so hot, I will probably do a second live, explain the entire process of how I made this thing, so you guys will see the boots, the pants, the chainsaw. You'll see everything, and I'll break down every single little piece of this costume. I will be taking a few questions right now, just for.
So I'm surprised, Parrish, you don't do these lives on YouTube.
You know, you can ask any question, you can leave a compliment, whatever, doesn't matter. But I will be doing a second live, just kind
or
of
is more of your following on
showed
Facebook than it is YouTube?
See the blade. You got the shirt. It's actually really hot and muggy in here, so I'm hoping the con I'm going to is going to be a bit cooler since it's in September. Otherwise, I am going to fucking die in this thing.
Oh, trust me, I know all about that.
I still need to get a haircut. I still need to shave my beard.
So I'm glad Comic-Con I'm going to is in October.
Some way to hook on
especially with the BVS bat suit that I have. Ooh. Imagine wearing that shit in September.
I gotta find a way to make this kelly belt stay in place.
Huh?
And I gotta find a way
it's
to
still
keep
hot.
the boomstick where I want it to, because it is kind of fussing with me.
Chuck says hi.
Oh, never mind. I might have just fixed that. So not much is left, guys. Final home stretch. Just kind of move my chainsaw around. And you guys can just kind of see all the detail I put into this one project.
You definitely should upload these to YouTube.
Kind of turn.
Without a doubt.
Look at the chainsaw.
Like, I think with these, it's a lot of a, you can build a hell of a fan base just off of this alone. Because I don't see many Ash cosplayers doing this.
Not everything has been added or completely finished yet. But
are we having technical difficulties? Is that me or you? Let me see. I think that might be me.
this is the main
there we go.
Of everything, basically.
Now we're off and running.
You know what, Ty? I'm about to do
I do need to work out a couple kinks here and there, just to kind of make everything sit and look a lot nicer.
Noise in the background is
yeah, this is pretty much everything.
Air conditioner.
Yeah, like an air conditioner that's like
plus or minus a boomstick that's being
the fan
really
is hitting water
right
on the inside, so it's like kind of making that crackling sound.
And same with this power glove. Just gonna shove that really deep on in there. 5 4 years in the making, and this is why I come up with nights. 4 years in the making. I will do the evolution post, but once it cools down, I will take some photos of this entire thing in its glory, and you guys can see better pics of it. This is just kind of more of like a functioning breakdown of everything. Just a test run, see how everything looks. And it doesn't look too shabby if you ask me. Just gonna have to add a lot of deodorant. That's all. Let me see if I can't turn this around and get like maybe a bit of a different lighting. Possibly. And no, but you can kind of see more of the costume.
That chainsaw came out really, really, really well.
But yeah, guys, this is my Ash vs. Evil Dead. More specifically, kind of Season 2-esque cosplay with the Season 3 add-on. What really depends on what season you're doing is how.
Yeah, Music Man.
Honestly,
I have to
like
leave
like
the one in my stream room on for a little bit of time before that noise subsides.
Seasons, you know, you got the chainsaw from Season 1, Episode 1. You got the harness hike up from Season 2, but not too hiked up. You got the Season 3 reloader, and the clothes are all the same throughout the seasons. But yeah, this is pretty much everything. But it is getting really hot, really sweaty in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys soak into detail one last time of this entire thing, front to back. Here's the front of it. Get a good look at the chainsaw. Here's the side profile. Got a bit more look at that power glove.
Yeah, that whole thing came out really
That's
well.
Not being an asshole. There you go. Give it more of the back. Actually, let me maneuver my camera up a little.
Kind of makes me want to watch the show.
The back. Gotta see a bit of the boomstick there being a bit of a bitch. Another side profile. And then we're back to the front again. So this is everything, guys. I will be going live later tonight, and I will be taking some pictures of this entire cosplay. I will probably be doing the photos after I finish up the reloader.
See, Nightbot being an asshole again.
Later tonight when it's not so hot, so that way I can go down over everything I've done. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just kind of slowly strip in front of you guys. Or at least stripping off the important parts. There's the chainsaw. Snake, don't you fall. I will fucking kill you. Power glove. Power glove is a 2-piece removal.
I mean, that is right, Ghostface. You can't really mess with the original.
The best way to do this is just to kind of like slide your hand down your sleeve.
Danny may be improved in some areas, but there's something about the originals that always have an edge.
Guys, get a better look at the Kelly belt.
See,
look at the boomstick.
The harnesses are always a bitch to work with. Trying to get them in the right spot where you can pull something out and put it back
Still makes
in
noise.
without any kind of issue is a complete pain in the ass. I've done that a couple of times in my Green Arrow costume.
You're gonna clip your harness
where trying to
here.
look like I'm grabbing an arrow,
Slide
and
that
it
off.
always is like going
And the cool thing
back.
too about
And
this
I
is
have
if you
to
really want to
stretch
get
out
lazy
to
and
actually
you want
reach
to reuse
it.
parts, you can use the Kelly belt for an Army of Darkness kind of cosplay. When Ash is kind of like riding on the horse and he's still got the boomstick on his back, you could kind of do that kind of look. Take this off here. Problem with this is trying to pop the screw out, so 1 minute. Got your Kelly belt and harness. Let me move this bucket off here, which what I was using to kind of hold everything in place. Hold everything up.
I am not eating them.
Well, my power gloves is... fuck it. You know what? Why not? We'll do a full breakdown right now. I was going to wait till tonight, But, you know, there's no point waiting until tonight since we're already here. Got some people on already. So, yeah, that's everything, basically. Now that we've taken a look at it, let's break it all down. Alright? So, first, blue shirt. The blue shirt is a blue Cabela's. I'm not sure if you can find these, but there is a more accurate shirt out there called the Key Apparel shirt. It's actually more of that jean texture. It's a bit lighter in color, so you might need to darken that up a bit. But this is my shirt. Already came pretty good color out of the box. We got the pants. These are Goodwill pants that I picked up at Target for just a couple bucks. Got a nice dark brown belt with some extra holes poked in for the actual boomstick. You got some Bram boots. They got a little bowl on there. And I just decided to dye the boots using the dye that I picked up because it's a really dark dye.
Hold on one moment, guys.
Better.
Let me pause this real quick. Gotta go check out something. I will be right back. All right, we're back. Hold on one moment.
Bye-bye, friends. Bye-bye, friends. I will see you Monday. I forgot to make costume.
All right, and Ghost Abby had to go to bed for school tomorrow.
But I slept all day.
No, that's too bad.
I won't be able to go back to sleep. Okay, bye-bye, friends.
All right. So before we were interrupted, which I'm guessing the rest of this Paris is just pretty much giving a breakdown on all the stuff you got. Which you have a because nobody's going to remember it through the stream. Do you have any links that you want to share where you got all this stuff from? So you want me to put the 2018 Michael Myers mask on? I think I could do that. Just so pretty much if anything, Paris, you can probably link whatever site you want to link. So that way everything can come there. Especially if you want to do it after the stream is uploaded. which I'd probably do it after the stream is uploaded, so that way it's a little bit easier to find instead of someone having to search through the stream to get the links. And that's if Nightbot isn't being an asshole and just getting rid of them. But a little bit of Mikey here before we get ready to start the movie. I would probably say you could do both. Just pretty much label them in the comment section once the stream is up, and then pretty much you can leave everything you want in one comment for anybody to put up there, and I'll pin it to the top. Which, if you guys didn't realize, did a little bit more paint work on Mikey. Wanted to dirty up the sideburns a bit. The sideburn areas. Wanted to sort of dirty up around the eye area, especially going around the eyebrows. What I tried to end up doing was I wanted it dirty enough to where it looked like someone was like grabbing it by the nose and taking it off and putting it back on. But also when you have in a dark setting, like if I'm out for Halloween and I'm wearing this guy, the darkness will show off a lot of the details and give you a lot of those features like in the first movie in 1978. What are your thoughts on The Shape Lives? Is that a documentary or a fan film? Said some of the, what was the best quotes, which was some of the best quotes of all time. I mean, are you talking about just from Scream, Lohan, or are you just talking about of all time? Hold on, let me go grab the 2018 mask real quick. I'll be right back. Alright. So now we got this guy. Camera doesn't want to focus on me though. There we go. So it's a documentary. I feel like I've seen it, but I have to go check to be sure because I don't want to sound like a dick and not know what I'm talking about. But there you go, Dark Super. I have to prepare myself before I go in. I mean, how many of you are excited that we're getting ready to do Scream 2 tonight? I mean, it's been a while since I actually really watched it and got into it. Can't wait to get into it. How many of you guys have heard the news about Tommy Doyle being casted in Halloween Kills? That's another one I've heard today. I guess I'll put it on for you. I'll put it on. I'll stop bullshitting around. Oh yeah, Lohan. Scream 1 is full of quotes. Is it everything you wished for? Is it everything that you needed? The shape not only stalks, the shape can do other things as well. Oh yeah, little hand. This is getting really, really juicy. But you're gonna have to call 1-900. I'll slash your ass to get a password for the next. Do they even still have 1-900 numbers? I don't think they do anymore. Ooh. Yeah. A little stray hair. I'm like surrounded by masks now. Oh shit. Don't roll from me, Mikey. Oh yeah, Lohan, you should have seen the beginning of the stream. Things got really, really juicy. But alright guys, we are set to begin here shortly. Just because Ghostface was watching Michael in the first Scream, Michael is going to be watching Ghostface in the stream. Making sure everything looks exceptionally juicy. Like the hair strands aren't sticking out the way they should. Or is that just me? Take the mask off and check it out, because I know I had it laying down a little bit. Oh no, they are. It's just the way the mask kind of looks on the screen. Well, Michael did have style back in the 80s. Or even the 70s for that matter. Mike and Jay, eat your heart out. If only I had a Dr. Loomis somewhere. If only. All right. Actually, you know what? I don't think I can. I don't think I'm gonna be able to withstand that. It is a little bit warmer in here than I normally like it. So for tonight, how about this? This seem about right? All right. So get your movies ready. We're getting ready to get started. Let's jump over to the commentary. And go. So, as you guys know, the way this will work, get your movies ready. I'm going to get the countdown going. And when I say play, you hit play and we all play together. So before I do, one, I think I could tough through it if you guys want it. Which one should I wear for the stream? Should I go with Michael? Should I go with Ghostface face mask? If only I could put both on. That'd be some shit. I'm seeing one Michael. I'm seeing Jason. Two Michael. One Ghostface. Two Ghostface, I'm assuming. Since Ghostface is asking if I'm really going to ask that. Ghostface looks like easier on the ventilation. It definitely is. Yeah, it's true. Don't want Myers to rot. Alright, so it looks like the ghost faces have it. But don't worry. Once we're done with Scream, we're going to be seeing a lot more of this guy. A whole lot more since we're doing Halloween up next. Let me go ahead and put these guys away. And who knows? We might see Magic Myers again before the stream is over. But let us get this guy on. Let us throw this guy on. Turn off the volume. Which, speaking of with this, I know a lot of people will come in and out of the stream, and I know it's quiet outside of my voice, which is generally what you expect from a commentary. But would you guys prefer that I actually have background music to sort of keep the mood set? Or would that become extremely repetitive? And would that become distracting if you're watching the movie too? Let me know, especially for the next stream, because I don't want people, especially if I'm getting into the movie and I may stop talking for an extended period of time, I don't want it to be like, it's quiet, it's boring, or anything like that. Does Magic Myers have AIDS like Magic Johnson? Nah, sadly. Magic Myers shakes it, but he never uses it. Ever. I mean, there was this one girl back in 1978, and I almost gave her to the shaft, but I got shot 6 times. All right, that's good to know for you guys. Especially because I never know with these, because with anybody popping in and out, especially coming late, I don't want people to feel like, well, this looks fucking terrible. Like, it's just him standing silent as the things go on. But I'm glad you guys are pretty much on the same boat. Now, as you see, I did add another graphic down bottom and the new poster for Scream 2. So we got a bunch of things going on. I'm trying to cover up as much of the blank space as possible because I feel like there's some certain things I could do here and there, and I'm loving the blood drips. But enough of me talking. We got a lot of that to go for the movie. So, hope you guys got your movies ready, your popcorn pop, and ready to enjoy Scream 2. And we begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Juicy Scream 2. Although watching these is giving me an idea for how I would continue the franchise. So you're leaving when Randy dies? That's completely understandable. Like, I love Randy. I was hoping he was going to stay alive to the end. But it's weird that they kill him and really none of the other main characters. Is Sandra going to be naked? Yeah, I love Omar Epso. It's like so focused on it being white, she completely overlooks that the majority of the costume is black, except the actual mask. I remember watching this and was kind of jealous because I wanted a movie theater to be that hype when I watched a horror movie. I think I'll hold on to my idea for it, Music Man, until I watch 3 and 4, just to refresh me on it to see if I have to roll back the series in order for my idea to work. So I love Nev Campbell. I may have said it before, but you can't say it enough. Nev Campbell is a gem. Why am I getting flashbacks to Scary Movie? I am too. Like, the moment I see him on there, I instantly think of Sean Williams getting the dick in the ear. I believe that was Sean Williams at the beginning of that, wasn't it? Guess I should have the mask on too. Everybody else in the theater does. Getting flashbacks to Brenda. Oh no, there was no way the audience for 1978's Halloween was that hype. That kind of hype you didn't see past, I would probably say, the 50s and 60s, when they did a lot of gimmicks in the movie theaters. Yeah, I think you're right, Lil Han. Like, if Nev Campbell did any nude scenes, it certainly wasn't in the Scream movies. Because, I mean, I know when Halloween 2018 came out, I wanted to go. Actually, I did go to the theater as Michael Myers, but I didn't go into the theater as Michael Myers. Scream Dewey versus Scary Movie Dewey. I would probably have to go with Scary Movie Dewey. Because he had everybody completely fooled. And him being revealed at the end, even though it's a parody, as I would assume he's the mastermind behind the killers. At least that's what it's implied. Which I wouldn't have mind of going to a movie and getting a free fucking costume out of it. Hey, what's going on, Frost? Say you love this movie? I remembered loving it when I watched it way back. Wasn't one of my favorite slasher movies, so obviously the rewatchability wasn't exactly there over the decades for me. But I mean, it doesn't take away from it at all. It's still a really good movie. Like, what the fuck is he saying? Hey, thank you, Ramit, for the follow. I'm glad you're enjoying, and welcome to Camp Juicy. That's a hell of a fucking knife. I mean, I guess with enough force you could get the knife through the stall like that. But how is it that nobody else heard the stab in there and assume anything? But then again, I guess with the sort of roughhousing through the theater, that I guess pretty much nobody is really thinking too much of anything else. Just assuming people are bullshitting around. You know, for someone that didn't like the movie, she's all into that shit now. Get out of my brain, scary movie. Hey, what's going on, Ranger? Said the knife is a buck 119 or a buck 120. So I may actually look in actually getting one for a screen display for the stream room. Just in case I can't get my hands on a Ghostface figure. Which I'm fairly certain I will eventually. Ooh. Oh, he got the fuck out of there. I see, like, just to delve into a little bit of the details of my idea of what I wanted to do for a Scream movie. Ultimately, I felt like all of the things that happened to Sidney Prescott should have led her down that road to becoming a killer herself at some point. I mean, you figure having to deal with her mother being murdered, finding out that her boyfriend in part one was the person that did it, finding out, you know, spoilers in Scream 3, but about her half-brother, or, yeah, it would have been her half-brother. What I wanted to kind of deal with, which I want to collect all my thoughts and actually put into a movie, would be Sydney's character finally having a psychotic break. Now, in the movie, you'll never see Sydney until the very end. Like, Ghostface ends up returning to Woodsboro for a specific reason. And it might be someone else in Woodsboro, like another girl is starting to reach some kind of celebrity status, making Sydney old news. Now, the point of that is to deal with the outrage culture of people being recasted. Like if like Robert Englund got recasted. And the outrage that even Jackie Earle Haley got when he was casted as Freddy Krueger. the whole point with that is this new girl is now taking over the spotlight as Woodborough's most famous girl. And it's essentially Sydney being replaced. And that causes a psychotic break on top of everything else that Sydney went through. And now moving forward and recommitting a killing spree to not only resurrect the image of Ghostface, but it also throws Sydney back into the limelight. But the way I would want to kind of do it, it would have I need to collect a little bit more information from the movies in order to incorporate exactly how I would want to do it, like I did in my Nightmare on Elm Street video and my Friday the 13th one. Yeah, I agree, Lohan. Like, Cotton should have played a much bigger role in part 3. If they were going to kill him off, to do it in such a way, especially at the beginning, it was kind of weird. Now you would figure if two people got stabbed to death at a stab movie, that Stab itself, they would probably shut down that movie in the theaters. And you would imagine the political outrage that would have, like ramification wise, on the entire slasher genre in general. As the teacher just says. Hey there, Daphne. I prefer Buffy, but to each their own. Sequels suck. Not all of them. Just like Randy says, there are, well, not Randy, but this whole scene in general. Oh, good night, Devin. Hope to see you tomorrow for Scream 3. Well, I mean, sequels don't automatically destroy horror franchises or the horror genre. Exactly, Lohan. The horror genre is sequels. That, I think, is indicative of the entire genre, like right there. Like, where take Friday the 13th, for example. Having Pamela do what she did in that first movie, then move on to part 2 where Jason continues the trend but evolves throughout it. That, you can argue, Friday the 13th 2, I think you can argue is better than part 1. Then you add 3 and 4. Let's not just talk about part 2s, but 3s and 4s. Like part 3 and 4, you can actually put over 1 and 2. It's Adam Marcus that does the deed. Well, I guess that answers my question there. Oh, without a doubt. Jenny was, without a doubt, a better lead. There's someone in this fucking room. You gotta love how she just like led into that. Like, Paul, there's someone in this room. Paul, there's someone in this fucking room. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Collection? How you doing? Yes, I agree. Gail is the hottest in this movie. I mean, wasn't enough to get me into Friends, but she definitely caught my eye. Ooh. So I guess that's the whole thing. Be careful how you talk to whoever you talk to. There you go, Devin. That's the spirit. Trying to hang tough. Hasn't it? I remember her. She was from Urban Legends, wasn't she? The girl on the right? Freddy versus Ghostface. I'd probably have to go with Freddy. Because Ghostface likely has some kind of fear that Freddy can actually exploit. Like, I don't know, Lil Ham, when I think of quotes, I instantly think of Matthew Lillard's Stu ranting about, at the end of Scream 1, about having a sequel. Because this day, what do you say, these days, you gotta have a sequel. And there's like a, rant going on with how he's doing it. I think that's before they get stabbed. They stab each other, him and Billy. Like, I think so many Stu lines in that movie is extremely quotable. and Randy. There's a very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect. I mean, Billy did have quotes, but if you look a lot of his lines over, he's quoting other movies in a good portion of them. Like when he shot Randy, and he quoted Norman Bates. Sexy and juicy nightgown, Sydney. That's if I was playing Ghostface. You're looking especially juicy tonight, Sydney. What's your favorite juicy movie? Oh, you're killing me, Frost. I'm having flashbacks. I'm pretty much in the same boat with you, Little Hand, on that. It's the same if it was the opposite way around. As if it was like an all-black cast. Like, take Scream Season 3, for instance. It's primarily a black cast. Even one of the killers is black. But they pepper in like a couple of white people here and there. Just for diversity's sake. And it's like, why? Unless the story calls for it, what's the point? Like, if anything, just make it look natural. Like, I get the whole diversity thing, and you want to be inclusive of everyone. But if you're forcing things, then it ultimately defeats the purpose of why you're doing it. You're trying to be inclusive but look natural, but instead, in a good portion of times, you end up looking forced. Ooh, did she just backhand the shit out of her? I just missed Tatum. Like, pow, super bitch. Well, I mean, to be fair, this time it wasn't a punch. It was a bitch slap. Overreacting. It is a. I think that was her trying to be more clever with her writing than she's capable of being. But to say someone is oozing with inexperience especially for someone that almost got killed. Granted, Gail almost got killed as well, but she didn't get stabbed and have nerves severed. Dewey did. So yeah, I can see exactly where he's coming from and why he'd be pissed. It's like, especially with the Stab movie out, and her being in a class that talks about film, specifically, they just got over a horror discussion. So you would assume that the voice modulator now is common knowledge. And she'd instantly, like Sydney in the beginning, she instantly heard the voice and was like, I know that. I don't know, the voice of Ghostface does have that kind of porno starting sound. What if I said you? Panties instantly off. Say kill, 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 die, 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 die. Good God, like, I get it's the 90s, but shit. How far can I don't remember, cuz I was old enough to remember walk phones back then. I don't remember them losing signal walking that far from the phone. She just call her Dawny, as in Dawn, as in the name of her sister on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I wonder if that was intentional. Fuck that. If I'm getting calls like that, I ain't staying there. And she goes to set the alarm. This shows how stupid she is. If they know you have an alarm, chances are they already have been in your house. Or is already in your house. That would have been my first thought. And then I'm running to catch up with my friend. There's no fucking way I'm staying in there. I'm going to wherever she's going, calling the cops, and having them come there. She better break out those Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of fighting techniques. Just gonna search the entire dorm, like, or house, sorority house rather, with no weapons in hand or anything, but you're completely fucking terrified. God, he's like clumsy. I keep expecting her to throw the grandmother down the steps. I gotta watch Scary Movie to get that shit out my mind. Ow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. Wait, what's about blowjobs? I missed that part. Wait, what? Who? How? Which, if I remember right, well, I guess Star Wars would have been considered planned, but from what I remembered hearing, there was no plans for a sequel after the first Star Wars until it had a huge, unexpected success. Welcome back, little hand. Just missed Buffy getting killed. Buffy, no! Yeah, I guess she wasn't the chosen one in this one. God, Faces of Death. I remember those. What's Chillin's reaction to his very own cult? Just walking in a room like, you better put on some Michael shit. You would figure she would develop some kind of like phone phobia. It's showtime. Well, he definitely is a lot more direct. Fuck that. We ain't even sending letters. We might be sending letters, but we're doing this shit carrier pigeon style. Until I hear a fucking Ghostface voice coming out of a pigeon, that's how we're doing it. Just imagine out of the pigeon's ass, hello, Sydney. Done. Hey, what's going on, Reaper? How you doing? Not even the carrier pigeon. Can you imagine the cards that you can record a voice message on? Could you imagine Ghostface putting a message on one of those and sending them to Sydney's because he can't get a phone call with her? Just open up the card and it's just like, hello, Sydney. Letters in Old English font. Surprise, Sydney. He's been waiting in the closet 2 weeks for that shit to go through snail mail. Oh, we're all good, Reaper. How are you doing? Glad you could join the stream. See, for Sydney not to trust anybody, to automatically go with like trust issues, you'd figure from this point on in the movie she'd isolate herself completely. Randy, Dewey, everyone. Exactly. Open up the closet and there's like a ghost face mask, a robe and bones and shit. Half-eaten peanut butter and jelly sandwich at his feet. Snuck out one night while Sydney was sleeping. Almost got caught, never came out the closet again. Like, I've been waiting hundreds of fortnights. That would be... I know that's not what you meant, but talking about Fortnite, that kind of brings up an interesting scenario that you could do to bring Scream into the modern era with Ghostface's voice. Because just imagine a lot of people gaming, and one of the specific scenarios for a kill is Ghostface jumping into one of those online games. And you just hear him talking to a person that he's playing with. I mean, granted, it would have to be like in the same house, like maybe a dormitory or some kind of like apartment building even, or something like that. But that's like another interesting way to try to tie in the modern era with Scream. It's just how many ways can you put the Scream voice out there? I call it the Scream voice. You can call it Ghostface voice still. It'd be pretty cheesy, but it is on the nose as most of Scream's references. But then again, you also, given that situation, you kind of have to put an image in your head of someone in a Ghostface costume playing a video game, hoping to get into the same lobby as someone else that you're trying to kill. And then when they actually answer, then you can actually go kill them, assuming that you're in close proximity. That would be hell to write. So that's not you that said hi. You got an evil twin, Devin? Don't tell me Frost is up to his shit again. I don't know, Devin. I'm checking all of the pages, but it's all leading back to the same page. She got a ton of information on him. Exactly. My little hand. Like, bitch, hang the phone up and start 69 his ass. If that's not a quote from the 90s, I don't know what is. No, I haven't checked them out yet, Death. It's been a busy couple of weeks. So outside of maybe checking out Dead Meat, maybe Channel Awesome, and a couple other videos here and there as I fall asleep, I haven't checked out Anti-Logic yet. You gotta give him props on that. That shit takes a lot of balls. Ooh. So I guess his story was that he's just a Ghostface fanboy. Judging by the way he's acting here and then knowing that he's one of the killers at the end. Yes, I have checked out that I have checked out that channel. Pretty good channel. But I only checked out one or two videos from him so far. Fucking Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson and Tori Spelling. Holy shit. Oh, you can use your account on multiple devices at once. All they have to do is log in. Like, I have my account literally on 3 different computers, my phone, and I think my girl's phone as well. It's on Amanda's phone. So technically, I could talk to myself on all of those devices. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Reaper, for the super chat. I do have a couple of unboxings that I'm waiting for it to come in. It's not going to be just masks. I'm waiting for my NECA Pinhead figure to come. I'll be doing an unboxing of that. And I will be doing unboxings of the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2018 knife, which I'll be in costume for that video as well. and the Trick or Treat Studios 1978 knife when those come in. I will be doing a much more in-depth video on this guy here. Just got to find the time to do it. But yeah, I got a couple of things in the works as far as involving some horror memorabilia. On top of some more videos coming in general. But again, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it and couldn't be happier that you are part of Camp Juicy. Alright, here comes the super chats. I mean, like I say, especially to you, Lohan, because you've been super generous with them. So again, I want to thank you, even though you haven't sent any in like a couple of streams. Trust me, as I said before, they're not required, and I can't thank you enough for the ones that you did send. That is completely awesome, and I can't believe anybody would want to give me super chats for anything. But thank you guys again. You guys definitely make these worthwhile doing. What is Camp Juicy, Devin? It's complicated, Colton. Colton, why don't you sign into your account and become part of Camp Juicy? Like, I'm sure we can bring you up to speed. Oh, shit, what is his name? Because I know he played the scientist in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Shit, I cannot remember his name. He always kind of reminded me of Malcolm McDowell. Is that Malcolm McDowell? I don't think it is. Doesn't really look like him. One day, JG will have super chats regularly every stream. I mean, it definitely would be nice to be able to fully fund the channel and start scaling back from my day-to-day job and start doing this full-time and just load up on content. But I mean, as I said, it's not ever anything that's required, and I do not want you guys to feel like you have to spend money to be here. I enjoy you guys being here just on its own. But to say that money isn't a great incentive to do it would be disingenuous. All money goes to funding Camp Juicy. Exactly. We need new cabins and beds and buckets to put the juice in. Ah, Colton, you're one of those spying type people. I don't know, Nev Campbell kind of reminds me of, in this particular scene, with the wind blowing and all the theatrical effects, kind of reminds me of The Craft. She does look hot there. Not gonna lie. I can respect that, Lohan. I can definitely respect that. And again, it definitely makes it worthwhile doing for you guys. Like, it's already fun without it, but to actually see that pop up is super exciting. A super exciting super chat. I would say nobody saw the Ghostface mask, but I guess also with how they're acting and all the theatrical effects and as narrow as those eye holes are on the mask, I can see why Ghostface probably wasn't spotted. At least for the people on stage. The people off stage, none of them saw where that person ran to. And someone explain to me what Camp Juicy. In order to fully grasp the origins of Camp Juicy, I would deeply suggest checking out my Friday the 13th, 2009 commentary. That whole first hour and a half should explain everything. I don't think Ghostface was trying to kill her there. At least I don't believe so. That'd be pretty ballsy. I mean, granted, he did kill someone in the movie theater, assuming that it's the same person under the mask. But I think, to be completely honest, knowing who the killers are, I think Billy Loomis's mother probably gave strict orders that she's the one that kills Sydney. Assuming that she is going that far and wants revenge for her son's death. It's David Warner. Is that who the play instructor is? Said the streams are just so fucking juicy, dude. I'm gonna take them home to meet Mama. And you know, when we meet Mama, we gotta go all the way. And let Mama come. What's your favorite juicy movie? Mama? Oh my gosh. What are you watching? You're watching something extremely juicy, Colton. Very, very juicy. As if the blood at the bottom of the screen wasn't indicating enough of how overflowing the juiciness of this stream really is. Showgirls. I don't know if I'm walking around. Especially because all he has to do is keep him talking. So why not stand in the middle of like a field surrounded by people to make sure that you can't get grabbed? Colton is going to tell on Dev. Don't do that, Colton. Because then, who knows if this juiciness can be spread evenly amongst the chat. So we're pretty much getting like a good little group of people watching the stream just under your name, Devin. So you wonder if that was Billy's mother. Because it sounds like as soon as he mentioned anything ill of Billy Loomis, she was like, fuck you. Like, I'm going in. Oh, poor Randy. Trust me, Devin, I understand. When you live with Ghost Abby, there is no escape. Sydney is hot and juicy. Agreed. Very agreed. JG juicy. I'm starting to think the J in JG may start standing for juicy. But what would the G stand for? Gushing? Juicy. Gushing. Dark. God, look how far back like computer technology was back then in 90, what was that, 97? Yes, little hand. JG is my initials. The name JG Dark actually stems from a screen name that I came up with while playing DC Universe Online. Which in turn also stemmed from having the name Dark back when I was in middle school. Like it was between evil and dark. Evil being a reference to Fright Night. Because of my love for horror movies when I was in school. I used to draw a ton of pictures with like Freddy Krueger, Jason. And a big Fright Night fan that was a friend of mine just started nicknaming me Evil. Juicy, good, dark. Cotton just, he kind of has that psychotic streak about him. But then again, being a guy that was in prison as long as he was and almost hit death row, well, not death row, but almost was executed because he was already on death row, I believe. I guess would drive you a little bit crazy too. Not asking specifics, but like, what's your job? Just curious because I don't think you ever said anything on it. I work in a restaurant. Restaurant that I essentially, you could say I wear many hats. Primarily from essentially hosting to putting out every kind of fire that a manager is supposed to put out, and just dealing with absolutely anything that's within my power of dealing. And I'm usually there from the time we open to maybe an hour or two before we close. So I'm usually working anywhere from 9 to 11-hour shifts. Which that's normally why, because I work from Wednesday through Sunday. So that's normally why my streams run later, is because that's when I get off work, and based on the time when I get off, like Sundays is normally my Friday. So once I get off, depending on how busy we are, I may have to move the streams from 11 to 11:30, 12 o'clock, just to be sure I have enough time to get home, get myself set up, and carry on in the streams. Oh, no, Devin's family. Chillin's been gone for quite a while. We're trying to get Devin's family up to speed on what Camp Juicy is, Death. Manager Juicy J Dark. Never know, that might be a sub channel coming in the future. Giving Michael Myers, Jason, and maybe Batman strip teases. You never know. That juicy juicy G. No, I that's terrible. I can't do that. I mean, there's many ways you could go with Fright Night because the rules for it aren't really fully laid out. You're just kind of introduced to the monsters and just go from there. But if I was going to do anything with Fright Night, it would be based off the original series, not the remake one. What is Camp Juicy? You know what Camp Juicy is, Death. You know. It's where all the juicy kids go. All the juicy kids. So you're going to make the Walking Dead beta costume for Halloween. Not bad. You actually get it put together, Ranger. I'd be excited to see it. like how I share Paris's stuff, feel free to drop by in the Facebook page, Instagram, or anything. I'd love to share it on the stream. Or if you just want me to look at it privately, I'd be excited to see it. Never worry, Devin. Even if your girlfriend watches it, the more the merrier. Why not? I mean, we already got your family watching. Get everybody doing it. Especially considering the way the channel's growing. Hopefully it becomes one of those channels a lot of people hear about, and your girl included. So it can only help. Oh yeah, definitely, Chuck. You are, without a doubt, most certainly a member of Camp Juicy. Oh, Death, if you fell asleep on that whole thing, I'd probably suggest going back and rewatching the first hour and a half of that commentary just to see how all of that transpired to becoming the origin of Camp Juicy. It's essentially our rebranding of Camp Crystal Lake with a talking Jason. I think, Ty, that'd be a little bit too far. I mean, come visit, that's one thing. Free stuff? I don't think I can swing that much. I mean, shit, Devin, why not? Bring them all on. Oh, that's no... Trust me, Ranger, no issues on height. I am 5'8", and cosplaying 2018 Michael Myers or Part 3 Jason, who stand well over 6 feet tall. Trust me, I have no issues with height. Even my Batman suit that I wear, again, 5'8". Ben Affleck is like 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there. So obviously there's a height differential. But pretty much that's what we use camera angles for. Which there's no way that audio is that clear without having the little microphone thing over top. Okay, who's all here? Depends on who's asking. Mediocre writer? Well, I never. Said your girlfriend is now watching the stream. Oh, Dewey caught a feel. There you go. Dewey is now part of Camp Juicy. So, your girlfriend is now watching the stream, Devin. So, should I contain the juiciness? Or should I just let it gush all over the camera? You decide! Holy shit. Like sliding on fucking countertops and everything. You know it's fucked up when Ghostface gets beat with a phone. Let it all out. I heard let it all out. Give me one moment. That's just a little bit of a taste of Camp Juicy. Imagine the looks on their faces. This is even weirder with my family watching. Now, all I require, Devin's family, is that if you want some more Magic Myers, I need you to open your hearts and them wallets. I need you to make it rain on Lambkin Lane. I need Haddonfield to be greener than it ever has been. There you go, little hand. If that's not a quote for this stream, I don't know. I don't know if I can top that one. Make it rain on Lampkin Lane. I told you Mikey would be showing back up at some point during the stream. Dev's mom comes around the corner and thinks he's watching porn again. You know it's fucked up? If she does do that, and then she's like, what link is that? Oh, man. I don't know if being guys, fraternity or not, being guys dressed in robes and popping out on someone saying prepare to die is exactly the best way to come about things. Dev's dad comes in and gives him the talk. That's when you know Ghostface isn't fucking around. He's killing like fucking FBI type shit. Horror porn. You know, it's not exactly a bad idea. Especially if you can get the license for it. Because I know there's a ton of superhero porn everywhere. Fuck that. In real life, that guy's at least firing one shot just by accident. Ugh. Got the death twitch. Just knowing your girlfriend is watching this. Pretty much. Is he dead? Really? I think so. And you motherfuckers are in college. You are very not perceptive. Well, see, that's all that matters. Devin's girlfriend, I'm glad you guys are having fun over there. Hopefully, at some point, you guys create your own profiles and join Camp Juicy under your own names, and we don't necessarily have to go through the confusion of whether we're talking to Devin, Devin's girlfriend, or one of Devin's cousins. Ooh. What's going on, B. Brox? How you doing? Like, fuck unmasking him. Like, kill him. Like, scare the fuck out of yourself. Oh, I'm good, B. Brox. As the stream says, we are watching Scream 2. Unfortunately, I cannot play the movie, mostly due because my channel is on YouTube. That's where my primary channel is. In order to not get a copyright strike, I cannot play the movie on there. So I'm sort of giving my commentary and allowing people to put in their copies of Scream 2 and doing the commentary that way. But if you wish to join for a future commentary, tomorrow we'll be on for Scream 3. If you have that, Scream 4 on Thursday, and then we will be beginning the Halloween series, which I will be breaking that up. It's not going to be all 4 stream days. I do want to get a little bit of gameplay in with some of the new games I got. But yeah, B. Brox, if you want to join up, feel free to follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. Either way is fine. Because then you become part of Camp Juicy. Oh, thank you for the follow, B. Brox. Coming in hot. Which you are now part of Camp Juicy. And especially once we start the Myers commentaries for the Halloween, be a lot of Magic Myers going on. But again, thank you for the follow, B. Brox. I greatly appreciate it. And I am glad that you're enjoying the stream enough to follow. Yeah, little hand, I'd have went for the knife. In a real life situation, there's no way Ghostface is getting out of that alive. I am. Stab the fuck out of her. So, I mean, you can kind of tell he's not the killer. Oh, thank you, Mr. Top, for subscribing to the channel and becoming part of the YouTube family of Camp Juicy. Again, greatly appreciate it. But there's no way she was up close to the killer. He wasn't hunched over or anything. And there is clearly a height differential between Cotton Weary and the killer. Oh, you jumping out, Shadow? You getting ready to head out? Or are you talking to someone else? Who's leaving? Who is abandoning me? Oh man, forgot how to breathe for a second. Inhale, exhale, right? I think I got the hang of it now. You guys make a poster that says Camp Juicy. Not only do you need to hang that in Devin's room, as you just said, I need a picture of that. You get that done, and I will send it to me on my Facebook, and I will share it with the stream. Let's get Camp Juicy merchandise up and running. I know it's exhale times infinite. My lungs can't take it, death. I greatly appreciate it, little hand. Trust me, once the movie's over, I got to get myself to sleep and get prepared for tomorrow with a long day of work. So I greatly understand. So does he have the voice modulator inside the mask? Maybe a throat mic? No, it was inside the mask. But something that big and clunky, there's no fucking way. Pretty much, Lloyd. Oh, of course, Shadow. Like, you make one, I'll share it as well. Oh, Camp Juicy t-shirts. Yes, they gotta be done. They gotta be done. I might add some in my merch store. Like, why would you threaten someone when you're shot? Not shot, tied and can't fucking move? I was talking to you, Shadow. Like, if you want to make something too, go for it. I want to share that shit. I want to share Ty stuff. I want to share everything that you guys can do. Let's make Camp Juicy a thing. I would have loved to have seen Mickey get caught and sort of play the whole Ted Bundy kind of role. Oh shit, take all the time you need. Oh, that'd be cool. If you could turn the Camp Crystal Lake sign into Camp Juicy. Like, that'd be fucking awesome. It's all about the sequel, baby. But in this case, he said trial. So as many times as she's been all around, Sydney never recognized her just right off the bat. And it wasn't exactly like she was hiding. Have a psycho website back then? Like, how? How the hell did she get in the way of his shot? Like, that was like she had to work to make that happen. Which was a better Ed Gein? I'd probably say, what's his name? Steve Railsback, I want to say. If that's the one I'm thinking of. Because I remember Kane Hodder's was a lot more violent. But nobody captured the look and the way he acted from what I've seen of a video or even anything they had evidence of Ed Gein, as opposed to the actor that portrayed him on Hitchcock. Say you despise Part 3's ending. I want to burn it with fire. Some things won't burn. That may be one of them. You gotta love the Friday the 13th Mrs. Voorhees kind of angle they went for here. Remember, Devin, Ghost Abby. That's all I'm gonna say. Ghost Abby. As far as like family coming in and embarrassing, Ghost Abby. Oh, there's no way you're the only member, Chuck. There's got to be a good portion of fans. I guarantee to you on Facebook, there's at least one Sidney Prescott group on there. Yes, Devin did do the whole scared of corn thing. But to be fair, though, corn is quite terrifying. I mean, I may dress up as Michael Myers, but there's nothing more terrifying than an ear of corn. Nothing more terrifying. Oh shit, that could have been worse. These could have been real rocks. Although the sound effect would make you think that they are real rocks. But we're talking about a theatrical set, and I'm calling bullshit. Okay, so that's the Ed Gein I was thinking of. It's like literally he has no shot. Especially because it's not exactly like he's supposed to be a marksman. Has he told you about his dog? I don't think so. Juicy? I'm home. It's kind of fucked up that he is literally bargaining with her life for a fucking interview. And then waiting for her answer like that. Knowing as unstable as Billy's mother actually is. Like, if she would have said anything, you would imagine that Billy's mother would have, like, cut the throat. Favorite sci-fi movie besides Star Wars? Starship Troopers. To be completely and utterly honest. Like, I love Starship Troopers. I'd have been fucked up. She would have shot Gale. Said her name is Maggie. What kind of dog is it? I think you may have said something about the dog before, Devin. I remember vaguely, or that might have been someone else. Like, as many times as he was shot, what would make you get up and jump scare the fuck out of people? Again, why wasn't she arrested for that afterwards? Because, granted, they might not have been able to tell with the whole Billy Loomis thing. But that one, forensics should be able to tell that that was after death. Or from the angle that she was at. That would have been execution style. So killer or not, Sydney should have been in jail like twice. Yeah, now I remember, Devin. Chihuahua. I remember now. It was a while ago, though, if I remember right. You were talking to Amanda about it. Said the scar tissue saved his life? How? I mean, the knife cut through a fucking bathroom stall. How the hell would the scar tissue stop the knife from penetrating anything flesh-wise? Maybe, Lohan. But that's ultimately why I think everything should have been leading up to Sydney becoming a killer. Sequels about Starship Troopers weren't that good compared to the first one. Cotton's just trying to get his money, man. I mean, granted, he did spend a year in prison. So, I mean, trying to at least gain some kind of celebrity status and money from it. I mean, I can feel him on that. All right. So that was Scream 2. Not bad. It's been a while since I watched that one. Scream 3, I watched once a while ago, and I have not seen it since. So essentially, it's going to be like me watching it for the first time all over again. But that will be tomorrow. Let me eggs that out. Ghostface versus Jack the Ripper. I mean, essentially, they take cues from one another. Well, Ghostface takes cues from Jack the Ripper. It's a very similar kind of thing. Very similar MO. I would want to say. Pretty much, like the way everything she goes through, especially in Scream 3 and 4 and going like all this shit happening to her, something's got to give. The mental psyche can only take so much before you eventually crack. And so far from the idea that I have in my head for what I want to do for a sequel, probably will work. Although once again, I got to watch Scream 3 and I definitely got to watch Scream 4. Scream 4 I actually have not seen. At least not that I know, not that I remember. I might have watched maybe the first quarter of it, I think. Because I'm drawing blanks on it. Very bad. I remember Dead Meat doing a video on it. And I remember bits and pieces here and there. But I don't know who the killers are. And I don't know the story. So pretty much once we get to Scream 4, it's going to be like me watching for the first time with you guys. Yeah, pretty much. Like, you'd figure it's like all of this revolves around me. No matter who I go around, they all end up getting killed. So, like, you would eventually start feeling responsible for all of that. And you would either kind of adapt and your mind would sort of wrap itself around it. And eventually you would crack. You would probably be pretty much drawn the murder. I mean, considering she's killed Billy. She's killed Mrs. Loomis. She's helped kill Mickey. So you kind of figure she's already killed. Granted, she's killed killers. But who's to say after all of that you become desensitized? And it flips around. Especially when you're used to all the attention on you. After years of being the survivor of the Woodsboro murders, having multiple movies based on your life, constantly probably getting royalties from that. And then, in my kind of movie idea, having someone else start to gain that kind of celebrity status without having to go through what Sydney went through, and taking the spotlight off of Sydney and now putting it on a new girl, making Sydney crack even more, because now you got a new girl that didn't go through everything that Sydney went through, gaining not only the same celebrity status that she gained, but probably more for something really stupid, like some kind of internet viral video or some shit like that. And you could have that being the catalyst that forces Sydney to revisit the Woodsboro murders, and sort of doing like how Danny does in his story on Dead by Daylight, where he's reporting on his own murders as Ghostface, but this time it's Sydney creating the Ghostface murders in order to recapture her celebrity status. And then when it's found out that she's the killer, do not kill Sydney. She will go to prison. And then we can start from there with sort of a Ted Bundy kind of narrative for people that may idolize Ghostface and now idolize Sidney Prescott. And then go from there with a new round of sequels. Oh, we will see, Lohan. We will definitely see. Oh, thank you, Devin, or Devin's family, whichever one is responding. Oh, maybe, Lohan. Maybe. Like if it follows anything like that, then I'll definitely end up enjoying it. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start hopping off here. I will see you guys tomorrow. I believe we will start probably the same time as tonight, around 11:30 ish. Once I get home from work, get everything set up, and we'll get going. But I hope this was a juicy stream for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And who knows, tomorrow might be even juicier. You never know. You never know what costume I might be wearing. Tomorrow might even is definitely not going to be Batman. I ever put on that thing, I'm going to need 2 air conditioners running. We're not that kind of weather. If it was winter out and I had these windows open, fuck yeah, I'll be in the bat suit. But there's no way I'm getting into it right now, not even with a little smidget of heat anywhere. But you never know. You never know what you might find on the channel, which is why everyone has to subscribe. You never know. You got to get those notifications, which everyone here is subscribed, I believe. If not, how'd you find the channel? Aside from Devin's family, who is pirating his channel. But you know what? That's still welcome too. Any eyes that are on us, fuck it. We enjoy it all. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow around 11:30. If things tend to get pushed a little bit later, just follow the community tab, and any time changes will be on that. But I want to thank you guys for sticking around. Ooh. There we go. I want to thank you guys for sticking around, as I just said. And I will look forward to seeing you guys here tomorrow. And as always, I am JG Dark. And thanks for watching.